Hello and welcome to another episode of MOPO where we discuss matters of personal opinion. It's all MOPO. Today we're going to be discussing Gotham, Season 3, Episode 5. Honestly, a lot was going on in this episode. Not necessarily...
Yeah, there was
too much, but there was a cluster towards the end, and we'll be getting to that. I don't know. There's
a bunch of different storylines, or at least many different
tie-ins
points of view in this, because you saw stuff from the commissioner,
I feel like
the police chief, the police examiner, Penguin, Riddler, Chucky. Or whatever his name is, Butchie, I'm sorry.
Chucky, I'm like, what were you watching? He looks like a Chuck.
But his name's Butchie. Barbara, and Tabitha, and
Leslie,
Ivy,
and Captain.
That's, there's so, Gordon, and that does again the Gordon, and Vale, and Bruce, and... so on. There's just many aspects to this episode.
Yeah, every storyline seemed to be updated at this point. We're not left hanging. I mean, unless it involves Fish Mooney and Clone Bruce and all those characters. But and the Mad Hatter.
Yeah, I mean, you even saw a little bit of him.
It was a pretty full episode. Definitely.
But it started off with Oswald
doing his mayor thing. He's just kind of doing the runaround. Oh, you got this open. I'll cut the ribbon. Check it out. This is a brand new school bus. Well, he cut the ribbon, but I would kind of christen it. Bang that champagne bottle on it, dent the bumper.
It didn't start with him presenting the statue of his mother?
No, it started with him doing kind of like a run, and then he goes in and he starts kind of reminiscing about how, his mother was always there for him, and he wanted to share his mother with the city and that feeling with the city.
Right.
So that's when he brings it out. And
it's all the same scene.
I mean, because it was like a montage at the beginning. And then it kind of did a whole dialogue scene about the statue before presenting it.
But then they went ahead and presented it.
But then they present it, and then we got, lo and behold, I was surprised to see it, but I wasn't too excited.
Oh, really?
Because when they popped out, we're talking about...
The Red Hood Gang.
The Red Hood Gang. Yeah, when they popped out, I was like, ooh! But at the same time, I was like... I know this ain't lasting. I know this isn't going to go anywhere.
Wow. Because on initial sight, I'm thinking, okay, maybe this is going to be like a gang in the city now or whatever.
Oh, I had that hope, but I just wasn't feeling it. Yeah. I don't know, something about how they popped out. It's not like I'm not sitting here clairvoyant.
Yeah,
you want to talk to your grandma?
But that's clear.
But they come out and just defile this. Well, they don't defile it. They do four precise shots in the neck.
Right. These aren't because that's not your average goon who has pinpoint accuracy with this machine gun.
Yeah. Right.
I'm just about pop.
And it's it's like he gave her a necklace.
Right. I'm damn.
Dude, bang! Right on the back of the neck.
That alone, give her a pearl necklace or whatever, I would have left it like that. That would have been more embarrassing. He would have been just as mad, how dare you?
Oh, but when they decapitate it, it was like they killed his mother all over again.
Right in front of him.
And that's how and that's how he took it. It was, and I'm only mentioning this because of what happens later on in the episode, right? But when that scene went down, and Butch pulls the gun out on him, and they're like, "And drop it, man!" I was just like, he'd have been shot. And then I'm just like, is it because he's a main character? It's probably because he's a main character. But lo and behold,
that's why he didn't get shot, right? I didn't think about that, because, right, anybody else, you've been popped right in the forehead.
Yeah, because we almost find out next, I mean, the scene jumps, but essentially we find out next that Butch is actually behind the Red Hood gang.
And I'm thinking nefarious things, but he really is just trying to perpetrate this gang to get back in the Penguin's favor by making them, he's gonna have them go to the Penguin celebration and try to kill the Penguin, but he's gonna kill them before he kill the Penguin and get back in favor with them, because the whole episode they got this whole jealousy thing going back and forth with him and
Butch and Edward, and because he's just mad that he's number 3 now,
and really on his way out the door.
I mean, essentially. But I don't want to get too far on that, because that climax is pretty hard at the end.
Right.
That climax is pretty hard at the end. But wait, are we just going to stay on that whole storyline though?
No. I mean, so what happens after we find out Butch is the leader of the Red Hood gang?
In episode or in storyline?
The episode.
Oh, in the episode, we find out, what is it? Bruce goes to Gordon, and
tries to find Ivy for Selena. He won't call her Catwoman, even though she's still like 10 years old.
because we know who they are.
Yeah. So
and it's easier than trying to think of what their names are. Like, some of their names, I'm like, what the hell is her name? But yeah, so they're trying to find Ivy. Gordon kind of makes fun of him, because
you come through a lot to find some girl. I know you didn't like Ivy, so this has something to do with Selena.
Yeah.
He's all go, how long have you two been a thing?
And he's like, oh, we're not dating. He's like, okay. But seriously, we're not dating.
Yeah, and I'm not porking Vicky Vale over there either, or whatever.
Well, her mom. But, assumedly.
Damn, maybe Gordon is the deity of Vicky Vale, and, she don't, say nothing or whatever.
The father of Vicky Vale and Barbara, who knows how that's going to come about.
Yeah, that's still weird to me.
I still don't understand how that's going to take place.
Name his daughter after that chick.
Yeah, I still have one theory that could work, but I don't know. Yeah, I don't know.
But anyway.
Yeah, we digress. Far off of a tangent that was. We have Edward goes to the GCPD and basically demands, hey, we want to know what's going on. I'm here on behalf of the mayor to go through your evidence, find out who's behind the Red Hood gang and who the leader is and all that.
But really, he wants to know about that girl's blood, though, right?
No.
Because isn't that what he eventually goes down to Lucius Fox, and they're talking about that girl's blood? So he goes in, he's basically flaunting himself in front of everybody. He goes, the captain's there captain. And all that. Then he goes down, he sees Leslie, and she just cold cocks him in the face, right?
Yeah.
And then he eventually works, and he's talking about,
knocks his glasses off.
And you're going to regret that. And she's all like, my baby's daddy, or my boyfriend's dad is Carmen Falcone, and I'll have you snuffed out. Not knowing, they know each other. But anyway, I don't know if that would happen. Who knows? But, because I think, she don't know that Nigma knows him. So...
Well, she knows that everybody knows the Falcone name.
Yeah, no, but, but she
doesn't know. Yeah, she doesn't know the the relationship they have.
Right, but I was that was kind of weak.
Yeah, and I was surprised that she went there.
Yeah,
I honestly, I kind of gave it to her. I was like, all right, go ahead. You know, because you're dealing with,
somebody
Enigma,
you're scared of, I guess.
you know, or at least have pretty good idea that he killed someone that you were friends with.
Yeah.
So I definitely understand why, but I thought it was kind of beneath her.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Yeah,
I was like, really? You're gonna pull the Falcone name because you're like, that's not you.
Yeah, it's garbage.
Disappointed.
But then he works his way down to Lucius Fox, who's doing his job, his old job, I would say. He's like not the coroner, but the CSI guy or whatever.
Oh, okay. He's the goggles?
Yeah, like he took over Enigma's spot.
Okay.
Whatever Enigma was doing in there, forget the term, but whatever.
Crime scene investigator.
Yeah, the CSI dude. And I guess, I don't know initially what he goes in and talks about, but I do believe they start, talking about Alice, what's the last name?
Alice.
The Mad Hatter sister.
Yeah.
Her blood. So, I mean, and they notice that, like, it has the effects. And that's, like, underlying storyline in the episode, too, is, like, what this blood does to people and, its effects, because the captain, as got hit in the eyeball with a drop of it, and it's hard to tell.
Because the captain goes to see Leslie and ask about the blood.
Yeah,
but I totally missed when Enigma went
and talked to Lucius about it.
Yeah,
I know,
because I know he went there to grab the files, because you see him later with all the paperwork at Oswald's house, and he's going through it and stuff, and that's when he makes the connection about it being hiding out in a soap factory.
Oh yeah,
which is funny because what was it? Barbara and Tabitha, like they even find out that Butch is behind it, and they kind of like bargain a deal with him because Barbara's ready to turn him over to Oswald.
Yeah, easy. Like,
and Tabitha's like, oh, we kind of have this connection and relationship. They're kind of hot for each other.
Barbara's all like, oh, well, it's his life or yours to her.
Yeah, and that threw me off too.
I'm like, what is their true connection? Like, is it deeper than what I think it is? Like, because I know
whose connection?
Tabitha and Butchie. It's like they act like they must like love each other, I guess, and like just don't put it out there that they do, because they go to extreme lengths to.
I think they do, and so do you think the whole "it's his life or yours" was kind of like Barbara saying to Tabitha, "Listen, bitch, you and I are a couple. I don't want you running off with this man.
If you fuck this up, you're gonna die."
Oh, okay.
Kind of thing.
Because I always saw Barbara and Tabitha as a thing. But I guess she's still kind of sweating Butch.
Yeah, I think they're both, they'll go both ways. I think both of them. But
opportunistic.
They're more like partners, because obviously Barbara would drop everything and go back to Gordon. In a heartbeat.
You think so?
Oh, in a heart. It wouldn't even be nothing.
Yeah.
She would jump that dude's bones right then and there, like.
That's wild.
She'd come over my house.
Have a girl that down.
But and obviously Tabitha has something towards Butchie, because you see what happens, towards the end.
Yeah, but that's kind of where we find out that Butch wants to play the hero.
Right,
like he's kind of fallen out of the good graces of the Lord with Penguin.
Like I said earlier, that he perpetrates this whole gang just to kill these dudes in front of Penguin to try to get back in his favor.
Yeah, because like you said, they were gonna go to this big party.
The party for
Oswald.
Penguin at Barbara and Tabitha's club.
Yeah, the Sirens. or sirens. I don't ever hear anybody saying
the siren.
I thought it was sirens because it's two of them, Barbara and Tabitha.
I thought you said siren, but
I don't know. Whatever. I'm sure if you type in siren, you're gonna get whatever comes up in the listing.
Celtic mythical creature.
Well, yeah. If you do it, yeah. Gotham is not real. But so Butch, when he leaves Tabitha's, he races over
and tries to warn these dudes. Like,
he's kind of like, be out.
Barbara's all like, dum-dum, if we figured it out, how long do you think it's going to take Numbers Boy, or whatever they call him, like Enigma, to figure this out? And he's like, oh, fuck. And they runs to the spot, and it gets there like minutes before them.
But Greed beat them because they're like, nah, we ain't going nowhere, man. We supposed to get paid. You offered us money.
Yeah.
And he was like, all right, I mean, and
he kind of forced his hand.
Yeah, because he only's got one.
Yeah.
But so he lays out with a Tommy gun into all of them. Pretty quick, too. I thought it was fairly realistic. It wasn't like, it was just kind of like
two lines of dudes, like, within 4 feet of each other.
Yeah, he just kind of did, like, one side to side. It was kind of like, and then it was just, done. Done deal. I was like, wow, that was really fast.
Ran out. 30 bullets will kill 6 dudes real quick.
It was pretty wild, though, because when they come in, Nigma looked pissed.
Nigma was mad as fuck because he thought he had Butchie.
And he knew something was up. Well, I don't think he knew Butch was...
I think he knew it was Butchie.
You think?
He felt his inside job the whole time.
Okay, but he just couldn't prove it.
Yeah, until he was going to prove it, got him red-handed. But he didn't think Butchie was that smart. You know what? You're right. He probably didn't think initially because nobody thought Butchie was that smart.
Yeah, and he didn't find the suits until later.
Yeah,
during the investigation.
Well, no, he found the thing. He found the suit. Yeah, you're right. A little bit later on when the police were there.
Yeah, because he was working with the GCPD with that. Right.
But, like, that's the one thing that stuck out at me. Is like, damn, Butchie's a little bit smarter than I'll give him credit for to come up with that plan. I think he had it in him.
So, at the party, because that's kind of where all this leads up, is
the culmination is
the culmination is the party.
Of all these different viewpoints and, activities.
And we see, we have Bruce Wayne and Alfred making an appearance, and Bruce even makes the comment, so now this is what our life is, appearances and smiles, or something like that.
Yeah, he's like, how long do we have to stay? He's like, just enough for you to make an appearance and, be out here smiling. And he's like, I miss the old life or whatever, like.
Yeah, but the old life was... Training. I don't know if he was talking about the investigating and the detective work, or if he was talking about when he actually had parents.
No,
because I feel like Alfred was talking about when he agreed. I'm like... Because when Bruce said that, I was thinking he was talking about the detective work. But when Alfred agreed, I was like... I felt like he meant when the parents were still alive.
Maybe.
But that's MOPO.
Thinking two different things. Like,
that's MOPO. But I thought that was interesting because you have the birth of the detective earlier in the first 2 seasons, and now you're having the birth of the Playboy, the birth of the Bachelor, which, when he ends up kissing Selena, well, rather, Selena kisses him, but he finally confronts her, and he's like, I got feelings, and I'm a grown boy, and there's no strings on me.
Look, my nose didn't even grow.
Yeah, he's like, I really like you, and...
Well, no, because what happens is, him and Alfred go to the Penguin, and they're chit-chatting with the Penguin, and all, thanks for saving our lives, and we know you're a snake in the fucking grass, but we're going to sit here and act like, everything's cool. And he sees Selena.
Yeah.
He's like, look, I gotta handle this. My dick's getting hard, and...
Well, yeah, I don't know if he was all like that.
I gotta handle this. But before he gets to her, we see Ivy. Alright, first of all, we see Selena steal some money, a nice little, roll.
Yeah, that was a nice fold.
Right. And then this redhead chick grabs her, it's Ivy, and she's like,
just picking pockets or whatever, calls her out.
Little cat or whatever, and she tells her to scurry along or whatever.
Yeah, but now, do you think it was menacingly, or do you think it was, just joking around kidding?
Fucking with her,
yeah,
for sure.
Okay, because she did say this is way too much fun.
Yeah. She's gonna come out.
And then Dude Man kind of comes over. I'm like, she is rocking the whole good looks thing. She is pulling no prisoners.
Yeah, she'll be able to get what she wanted from me. That's for sure.
Yo, so...
Oh, and we find out that she only knocked the dude out. She didn't kill him.
Oh, that was him?
Yeah, no, not that old man, but the original dude that, picked her up,
yeah,
she only knocked him out. She didn't kill him.
Oh.
Because that's how, they got the police report that a redhead girl had Ivy's shirt. But she's, in her 20s, so it wasn't Ivy. They got the report from that dude, from, the second or third episode.
Oh.
The trucker dude.
I never made that connection. I remember hearing that. But when they were like, oh, yes, we had a redhead, but it wasn't her, I didn't make the connection that it was her.
It was her.
Because I was like, oh, that's a coincidence. There's a lot of redheads around. Yeah, so that's, yeah. All right, that's cool. I like how they're doing a good job mixing stuff in.
Yeah.
I really like how, yeah.
Nicely. And, that's when Bruce catches Selena. It's like, look, I gotta holler at you.
Oh, yeah, it's yeah, because Selena doesn't know who the fuck Ivy is.
Yeah, and she's all like, Bruce,
she's like,
that chick?
You know this?
He's like, shut
no, but you could come over to the roof.
I don't see nobody but you.
Oh, you're so sweet.
You gotta try, throw that pimp game out. But he got 0 pimp game. Because he takes her up on the roof.
He's like stalker kind of.
Yeah,
he's just straight face, no change of tone. I really like you. You should like me.
You don't tell me what to do. And then he kisses.
Yeah, and then she kisses him.
Typical, bitch.
Don't tell me what to do. Kiss him.
But these kids are 10 years old and shit. I don't appreciate all this, but.
And he's like, oh, so you do like me? And she's like.
He said, I'm confused.
Yeah.
And she said, good. She didn't say yes or I love you. She said, good.
Yeah, good.
That's typical cat.
Yeah, yep. So also, while this party's going on, we have... That's the party off to the side. Edward confronts Butch.
Right, because
he's got the handkerchief from one of the suits. He's like, these were tailored at Frederico's or wherever it was tailored, right. Eduardo's. I honestly, I think it was something like that, like Edwards.
Eduardo's?
I don't know. But yeah, so I was talking to your tailor, and he said a big old dude with one metal hand came in here, and ain't too many of those walking around, so I got you.
And then she tries to kill him right then and there. He's like, I have an offer or something.
Yeah, he's just like, nah, you're gonna help me kill Penguin.
He gives him a gun.
He gives him a gun, and then he has him go out in a red hood.
Tells him, he's gonna take over, and Butchie's gonna be his number 2. And you got Victor Zsasz working with him and such, but
yeah, because they kidnapped Tabitha.
Yeah,
and he's like, "You got to Zsasz," and
But really, when it comes down to the come down, they have Butchie, try to kill Penguin, and he has blanks, so it was like a setup the whole time.
Yeah.
To expose Butchie as the leader of the Red Hood gang, and against Penguin.
And then, Penguin's...
because Zaz comes up, it looks like he shoots him in the back, but I guess he shoots
him in the leg, yeah.
His kneecaps or whatever, like...
Because I thought it was in his back, too.
Well, it did. It just killed that motherfucker.
But then he's still alive, and I'm like, yo, Butch is tough.
Tough as shit, man.
But then I'm like, it must have been the legs.
Yeah, they got him in the ambulance, and
his leg was up.
Yeah, and his legs are all torn up.
But... yeah, so he's got blanks. So he's down on the ground. Like, the Penguin's like, I'm going to prosecute anybody who goes against this city. So now he's essentially under arrest. But that's when Tabitha takes over the back room and ends up out into the party floor and attacks Zaz. And that's when Butch jumps up and starts strangling Edward.
Right.
And... basically strangles him to death because the Penguin grabs a bottle of champagne and cracks him over the head like the front of a boat, and he goes down.
Right.
But he's got to do like fake CPR on him to wake him up.
Well, I think he's just like kind of shaking him.
Wake up, man!
And he did. He woke up, and they embraced. And
well, no, that was at the very end.
No, I mean they're like. Looking at each other or whatever.
Yeah, but there was like at the end, it was quite a like. They're like the superest of best friends right now.
They're real close.
They are the superest of best friends. Like I almost feel like Oswald finally feels.
He's not alone.
Like what he was missing with when his mom died.
Right.
Yeah.
So then he has Butchie arrested or whatever. He has Butchie, hand up in the ambulance, and Tabitha goes after him.
Yeah. Tabitha, she's on like a motorcycle, and she's like loading up the weapon.
What happens with that? Is that open-ended?
Well, you see her booting up, and then it kind of cuts to, like the GCPD, and they get a call where the ambulance was hijacked.
Okay.
So you just assume that she took it over and she ran off with Butch and, they're good. But that's also when the captain stands up and realizes he's not using the crutch.
Mm-hmm. Right.
And all of a sudden you see him kind of raging out and his eyes start getting all kind of curdled. And, yeah, he's definitely feeling the effects of the Alice blood. Which coincidentally we cut to the Mad Hatter.
Right.
And he's got this real long table set up just like Alice in Wonderland, and this girl at the end in a big old chair dressed like Alice, and he's ranting to himself and like, oh, Alice, they took you from me. It's so horrible.
And she's just like, Mister.
Why would you leave me? And it's
Mister.
like, Mister, yeah, I'm not Alice. It's like, oh, it's terrible. They've killed you, Alice. They've taken you away from me. And she's like, Mister, I'm not dead. And he's like, but you are. And then slits her throat. And then kind of like dabs a quill into the blood and writes James Gordon on a place setting, like a
invitation.
Yeah, invitation.
Whatever,
like when you go to a
table.
dinner table, it's like, oh, that's my seat.
Mm-hmm.
And
so he's invited to die.
Yeah, he's invited to the death.
But a lot crazier.
And he says like a little
nursery
rhyme to himself while he's doing it. Like, those who go against me, the typical, I'm going to get you,
in their
sucker.
pants they shall pee.
But, yeah, so there is a lot going on in this episode. Highly recommend this episode. I enjoyed
honestly
it.
the best so far in the
I
season.
enjoyed it.
Like the season's really coming along nice.
They're really staying consistent with the storyline as far as
Yeah,
I don't feel like anything's being left out.
Yeah,
I don't feel like I'm being left behind.
They're being consistent. They're wrapping things up pretty quickly, and we're seeing many different aspects. But
Not even quickly, just thoroughly.
Yeah, and everybody's kind of connected too. So it's that everything fits in nicely.
But we'd really like to know what you think. Leave a comment. What was your favorite part? What are you looking forward to? Was there any other hidden notes to other things that we missed?
Oh yeah, we didn't really talk about Gordon and Vale.
Oh yeah, that's true.
How they got this little love. They don't want to admit they're in love either.
Yeah, they definitely don't want to admit anything. They're kind of playing back and forth.
Let's see how that relationship develops.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, thanks for listening. And remember, that's all MOPO.